Welcome back, guys. Today we've got a goalkeeper comparison that a lot of people have been waiting for. Big-time 108 Buffon versus epic 107 Petr Cech, two legendary goalkeepers, two offensive goalkeepers, and two cards that many players consider among the very best in eFootball right now. But if you could only choose one goalkeeper for your squad, who should it be? Today we're comparing their stats, playstyles, and overall performance to find out which goalkeeper is actually better in eFootball. Let's start with Petr Cech. The first thing everyone notices about this card isn't even a goalkeeping stat. It's his height. At 196 centimeters, Cech is absolutely massive. And if you've played eFootball for a long time, you already know how important height can be for goalkeepers. Taller keepers naturally cover more of the goal, make themselves harder to beat, and often pull off saves that seem impossible. Then we look at his stats: 100 GK awareness, 94 GK catching, 94 GK parrying, 100 GK reflexes, 97 GK reach. Those are elite numbers. The combination of 100 awareness and 100 reflexes immediately makes Cech one of the most reliable shot stoppers in the game. His positioning is outstanding, and his reactions are lightning fast. Whether it's a close-range finish inside the box or a powerful strike from distance, Cech usually gives himself a chance to save it. Then there's his 97 reach. While it isn't the highest reach stat we've ever seen, it becomes even more effective because of his incredible height. The taller the goalkeeper, the more dangerous every point of reach becomes. He also comes with GK directing defense, which is one of the most useful goalkeeper skills in eFootball. It helps organize your defense and gives extra stability to your backline. Overall, Cech is exactly what you'd expect from an elite goalkeeper. Reliable, dominant, and incredibly difficult to beat. But then we move over to Buffon. And honestly, this card looks ridiculous. 100 GK awareness, 98 GK catching, 98 GK parrying, 100 GK reflexes, 98 GK reach. When you first look at those numbers, it's genuinely difficult to find a weakness. Let's start with catching. Buffon has 98 compared to Cech's 94. That difference is huge. One of the most frustrating ways to concede goals in eFootball is through rebounds. Your goalkeeper makes the initial save but spills the ball straight into danger. Higher catching reduces the chances of that happening. With 98 catching, Buffon is among the safest goalkeepers in the game when dealing with shots directly at him. Then we move to parrying. Again, Buffon wins comfortably, 98 versus 94. This means when he can't catch the ball cleanly, he's much more likely to push it into a safe area rather than directly back to an attacker. These aren't flashy stats, but they're incredibly important because goalkeepers aren't judged only by the saves they make, they're also judged by what happens after those saves. Now let's compare the most important categories directly. GK awareness, draw, both have 100. GK reflexes, draw, both have 100. GK catching, Buffon wins. GK parrying, Buffon wins. GK reach, Buffon wins slightly with 98 compared to 97. Height, Cech wins comfortably thanks to his 196 centimeter frame. Playstyle, draw because both are offensive goalkeepers. And honestly, that's a huge positive for both players. Offensive goalkeepers remain incredibly valuable in the current eFootball meta because through balls are still one of the most dangerous attacking weapons in the game. Having a goalkeeper who is willing to rush off his line and clear danger before it becomes a shot can save you countless goals throughout a season. So what does all of this mean in actual gameplay? Well, Buffon feels like the more complete goalkeeper. Everything about his card is designed around consistency. His catching is elite, his parrying is elite, his awareness is elite, his reflexes are elite. You rarely feel nervous when Buffon is in goal because he usually handles situations cleanly. He doesn't just make saves, he controls situations. Cech feels slightly different. His biggest strength isn't necessarily his stats, it's his physical presence. At 196 centimeters, he feels enormous between the posts. There are times where attackers seem certain to score only for Cech's huge frame to somehow get a hand on the ball. That's why so many players love tall goalkeepers. Height can sometimes compensate for slight differences in stats. But here's where I think Buffon starts to pull away. The jump from 94 catching and 94 parrying to 98 catching and 98 parrying is massive. Those aren't tiny upgrades. Those are significant improvements in two of the most important goalkeeping categories. And when both goalkeepers already have 100 awareness and 100 reflexes, those extra points become even more valuable. Buffon simply feels more secure. Fewer rebounds, better handling, more consistency. That's exactly what you want from a top-tier goalkeeper. Now don't get me wrong, Petr Cech is still one of the best goalkeepers in eFootball. If he's your starting goalkeeper, there's absolutely no reason to replace him, unless you're chasing the very best cards in the game. His height alone makes him a nightmare for attackers, and his combination of 100 awareness and 100 reflexes ensures he'll continue making incredible saves. But if we're talking purely about which card is stronger overall, I think Buffon takes it. So after comparing the stats, playstyles, and overall impact, my conclusion is simple. Petr Cech is the taller goalkeeper. Buffon is the more complete goalkeeper. Cech wins with physical presence. Buffon wins with superior goalkeeping attributes. Both are elite. Both are endgame goalkeepers. Both can win matches on their own. But if I had to choose one goalkeeper for my dream squad today, I'm taking Bigtime 108 Buffon. Not because Cech is lacking anything, far from it. It's simply because Buffon's combination of 98 catching, 98 parrying, 100 awareness, 100 reflexes, and 98 reach is almost perfect. And when you're talking about goalkeepers, consistency is everything. That's why, for me, Bigtime Buffon wins this debate and earns the title of the better goalkeeper in a football.